Imagine descending into the depths of a subterranean chamber, shrouded in darkness and mystery, where the air is thick with anticipation and the echoes of history reverberate through the corridors. Teotihuacan, located in the basin of Mexico, was one of the largest and most influential cities in pre-Columbian Mesoamerica. Flourishing between the 1st and 7th centuries CE, it was home to a diverse population of several tens of thousands of people and featured monumental architecture, sophisticated urban planning, and vibrant cultural and economic exchanges. The Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent, also known as the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, is one of the city's most iconic structures, revered for its intricate carvings and symbolic significance. The recent discovery of liquid mercury beneath this pyramid promises to shed new light on the enigmatic civilization that built it. Teotihuacan was established around 100 BCE and reached its zenith between 150 and 450 CE, during which it exerted significant influence over much of Mesoamerica. The city's monumental architecture, including the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon, reflects the cosmological and religious beliefs of its inhabitants. The layout of Teotihuacan, characterized by a grid-like street plan and centrally located civic and religious structures, suggests a highly organized and hierarchical society. The significance of Teotihuacan extended far beyond its physical boundaries, as evidenced by the widespread distribution of Teotihuacan-style pottery and architectural motifs throughout Mesoamerica. Its influence can be seen in distant sites such as Tikal in Guatemala and Monte Alban in Oaxaca, indicating extensive trade and cultural connections. Despite its prominence, the civilization of Teotihuacan remains largely unknown. The identity of its rulers, the nature of its political organization, and the reasons for its eventual decline are subjects of ongoing debate among archaeologists and historians. However, the discovery of liquid mercury beneath the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent adds a new dimension to our understanding of this ancient metropolis. The Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent, located at the southern end of the Avenue of the Dead, is one of the most significant structures in Teotihuacan. It stands out for its unique architectural style and elaborate stone carvings, which depict feathered serpents, warriors, and ritual scenes. The pyramid is believed to have served as a ceremonial and religious center, thought to be dedicated to Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent deity associated with creation, fertility, and warfare. The interior of the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent was previously inaccessible, but recent archaeological excavations conducted by Sergio Gomez and his team have revealed a hidden chamber beneath the pyramid. This chamber, known as the Tunnel of the Serpent, contained large quantities of liquid mercury, a discovery that has captured the attention of researchers worldwide. Mexican researcher Sergio Gomez made headlines when he announced the discovery of liquid mercury beneath the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent in 2015. The presence of mercury in significant quantities within an archaeological context is highly unusual and has raised intriguing questions about its purpose and significance in ancient Mesoamerican civilization. For 6 years, Gomez diligently excavated the tunnel, which remained sealed for 1,800 years, until its unsealing in 2003. The excavation resulted in the discovery of 3 chambers located at the tunnel's terminus, approximately 300 feet from the entrance and nearly 60 feet below the temple. Close to the chamber entrance, an array of curious artifacts was unearthed, including jade statues, jaguar remains, and a container filled with intricately carved shells and rubber balls. Descending the expansive, dimly lit passage beneath the pyramid has been a meticulous process for Gomez and his team, as they contend with high humidity and the necessity of protective equipment to guard against the hazards of mercury exposure. While mercury serves no apparent practical function for ancient Mesoamericans, its presence has been noted at several other archaeological sites in Central America, as highlighted by Rosemary Joyce, a professor of anthropology at the University of California, Berkeley. Mercury, a silvery liquid metal with unique properties, has been used by humans for thousands of years for various purposes, including religious rituals, medical treatments, and metallurgy. In Mesoamerica, Mercury was associated with Quetzalcoatl and was believed to have symbolic and ritualistic significance. The discovery of liquid mercury beneath the pyramid of the feathered serpent suggests that it may have played a central role in the religious and ceremonial practices of Teotihuacan. Some researchers speculate that mercury may have been used in rituals associated with water and fertility, given its fluid nature and its association with Quetzalcoatl, who was often depicted as a water deity. Gomez speculates that the discovery of mercury could indicate their proximity to unveiling the first royal tomb ever discovered in Teotihuacan, a city steeped in centuries of mystery surrounding its leadership. He posits that the mercury might symbolize an underground river or lake, a theory supported by Annabeth Hedreck, a professor at the University of Denver, renowned for her research on Teotihuacan and Mesoamerican art. Hedrick suggested that the glistening, reflective properties of liquid mercury might have evoked imagery of an underworld river, reminiscent of the river Styx, albeit in the sense of being an entryway to the supernatural realm and the underworld. Mirrors were perceived as a means to peer into the supernatural realm, offering glimpses into potential future events, she elaborated. In a way, it could be interpreted as a river, albeit an exceptionally striking one. Reflecting on the allure of scintillation for ancient civilizations, Joyce remarked that liquid mercury might have been perceived as somewhat mystical, employed for ritualistic or symbolic purposes. Hedrick further noted that mercury was not the sole object of fascination, mentioning that many ritual items were rendered reflective using mica, a sparkling mineral likely imported to the region. In 2013, archaeologists employing a robotic device discovered metallic spheres, whimsically dubbed disco balls, in an unexcavated section of the tunnel alongside pyrite mirrors. I wish I could grasp the significance of all the discoveries these researchers are making underground, Hedrick expressed. However, it's an unprecedented find, which is why it poses a challenge. Water held immense value for numerous Mesoamerican civilizations, who possessed knowledge of subterranean water systems and lakes accessible through caves. While Teotihuacan once boasted springs, they have since dried up. According to Joyce, ancient Mesoamericans could produce liquid mercury by heating mercury ore, known as cinnabar, which they also utilized for its vibrant red pigment. For instance, the Mayans utilized cinnabar to adorn jade artifacts and adorn the bodies of their elite. Unfortunately, the people of Teotihuacan have not left behind conspicuous royal remains for examination. Others suggest that mercury may have been used in funerary rituals or as a symbol of regeneration and transformation. The presence of mercury beneath the pyramid raises questions about how it was obtained, transported, and stored, as well as its potential impact on the environment and human health. The discovery of the mercury has far-reaching implications for our understanding of Teotihuacan and ancient Mesoamerican civilization. It challenges conventional narratives about the use of mercury in pre-Columbian societies and prompts a re-evaluation of its cultural and religious significance. One interpretation is that the presence of mercury beneath the pyramid reflects the cosmological beliefs of the Teotihuacan people and their reverence for Quetzalcoatl. Mercury may have been seen as a sacred substance imbued with transformative and purifying powers, used in rituals to communicate with the gods and ensure the fertility and prosperity of the community. The unearthing of a tomb has the potential to unravel the mystery surrounding the governance of Teotihuacan. Joyce suggested that the accumulation of artifacts outside the chambers adjacent to the tunnel could indicate the presence of a tomb or a series of ritual spaces. The discovery of a royal tomb could lend support to the notion that the city, thriving between 100 to 700 AD, was governed by dynasties akin to the Maya, albeit with less overt displays of self-aggrandizement. However, such a tomb might also contain the remains of a lord, aligning with an alternative theory about the city. Manzanilla, a respected Mexican archaeologist, contends that Teotihuacan was overseen by 4 co-rulers, citing the absence of a royal palace or depictions of kings on its numerous murals. Gomez's excavation may unearth evidence supporting one of these co-rulers under this hypothesis. Hedrick proposed alternative frameworks, suggesting that strong lineages or clans might have alternated in governance without forming solidified dynasties, or that rulers may have relied on alliances with the military to maintain authority, with power vested more in an institutional role than a familial lineage. Teotihuacan of antiquity was a city marked by familiar power dynamics, with factions such as the elite, military, merchants, priests, and populace vying for influence. As always, thanks so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to share in more ancient mystery.